Howdy folks, so on today's video we are going to be talking about the Tholian Web OP event prizes, including the prize ship and participation prizes. So stay tuned and we'll get right to it. Okay, so let's get right down to it. First of all, let's start with the prize ship. This is the Tholian Ship, or Tholian 1 in the named version, which is 2 points higher than the unnamed version. And let's look at the model first, because it is freaking gorgeous. This is one of the few ships where I'm like, I don't even really need to paint it. If I was going to do anything, I'd probably put a wash on it, and it'd be good to go. The ships themselves are quite simple. Like, the stat line for the named version is 2 all the way down the line, and 1 for 2 points less. You get the unnamed version without the ability, and 1 less shield. The ability, though, is incredible. Having the ability to use the energy web action as a free action instead of having to pay the action for it is pretty huge, and I think that it's going to pay off for just about anyone who uses it. Okay, let's talk about the energy web upgrade. Now, this is an upgrade that can only go on a Tholian ship. You take your ship, you place it down on the table, and you activate this upgrade by moving 1 forward. Once you do that, you can either take the action of the card or use the free action, provided you have the Tholian 1 ship, which is so worth it for 2 points, and you place a guide token behind it. Once a guide token is placed, you then put the energy web token, which is the long token, behind it. You build the web essentially behind these ships by placing these tokens behind it every time you move 1 forward. Once you place that last token, you can actually change the facing of your ship by using the second guide token and either placing it to the right and the left and just placing the ship's back edge up against that second token. And then you remove that first token, and that's kind of where you're sitting. Anyone who contacts the web or the guide tokens basically has to take damage, and that damage is equivalent to the number of energy web tokens on the field divided by 2 rounded up. Okay, so let's talk about the captains. First of all, there's the unnamed Tholian captain, and then there's the named Captain Lowskin, who is a captain skill of 4. He's 3 points, and basically as an action can give any friendly captain ship, as long as their captain has a lower captain skill than he does at 4, a free 1 or 2 move provided it's on their dial. There are the other upgrades, of course, Tholian Punctuality and Plasma Torpedoes, and they're okay. I mean, I look at the Tholian Punctuality and I see it as an elite upgrade, and I'm just like, I mean, it's cheap enough, but when you've got a 16-point ship, you've got to put energy web tokens on. Putting more upgrades on it just doesn't make sense to me, and it's got to go on a Tholian ship. So I'm just like, I'm not such a huge fan of it. Plasma Torpedoes, on the other hand, you know, I really do kind of like them. So now that we've talked about the prize ship, let's talk about the participation prizes. Let's start with Skilled Helmsman, which is basically a maneuver ship like this. It's pretty freaking cool, and I think it's interesting for ships that aren't so maneuverable. Great for things like the Sutherland if you've won one. Finally, the other participation prize, which is a Federation-specific prize, that is Red Alert. Now, Red Alert is a 2-point upgrade, which basically allows you to discard the card instead of depleting one of your battle stations tokens. So essentially, it gives you the opportunity to take battle stations twice. So that's it. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I am working on other stuff for Star Trek Attack Wing. This month has been kind of crazy with Adepticon. Anyways, until next time, I'll see you soon. Howdy folks, my name is Teri, and here on the Geek and Sundry Vlogs channel, I talk about miniature tabletop wargaming. Now, I wanted to share with you my adventure through Adepticon, where I was for International Tabletop Day. For those of you who don't know, Adepticon basically is one of the largest miniature gaming conventions in the world, and it happens every year in